All right. So, hey, Vanessa, what's happening? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So I'm going to send a huge congratulations out to Jonah. Jonah, that's you, right? So Jonah, did I hear correctly, bro? You passed your exam?
Yeah, I passed that 8 or like 11 a.m. yesterday.
Bro, how do you feel?
Man, my heart was pounding. It was like the most important moment of my life. And, I was thinking about my son and my girlfriend and kind of how my whole life is going to change from now on. And I'm just so excited.
Wow, man, that's powerful. Like that's probably you hear that? Like he's like what he's gonna be able to create for his family and like, man, dude, I know you didn't pass the first time, and I know you took a knock on the chin, right? And look at you, you bounced back a couple weeks later, we're able to go out there and pass that exam. So you guys, let's give him a giant round of applause. Let's give him some love. Jonah, super, super happy for you, brother. So congrats to you, congrats to your family, and congrats to what's about to happen in your life and in your future.
Thank you.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. So you guys, we'll give it another minute and we'll go ahead and get started. Kwan, was that a hand up or was that a congratulations to Jonah?
It was both, man. I just want to quickly chime in. If anybody who is like still taking the test or studying for the test, to say, I highly recommend, like after you take the initial, your online exam to get prepped for the test, take an actual preparatory course, like a specific course designed for it's like a boot camp. It's like a weekend boot camp, like usually like 1 or 3 days to really just like drill it all in. You're gonna be doing like over 100 different like test questions that'll really help to prep you. That's how I was able to pass my test the first time.
And make sure if you guys are studying, you guys are on here as a guest, as a spectator. Make sure to join our Slack channel. If we don't have your email, we'll make sure to add you to our aspiring channel on Slack. That way you can hear from other agents that are in your same spot. So Jonah, once again, hats off to you. You guys, I'm gonna get a little background noise. Anna, I'm gonna have you mute yourself. All right, there we go. All right, I got it heard. Let me see who that is talking. Hey, Mel, can you mute yourself? All right, let me just go ahead and there we go. All right, cool. Awesome. So let's officially get started on this beautiful Friday morning, January 11th. So thank you for being here. Thank you for representing in a big way. Our attendance since the new year has continued to rise on every single day. We've hit records on the amount of people that are in these rooms. Guests, newer agents, agents that have produced the highest amount of volume and production year over year in their business and everything in between. So I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting this journey and thank you for coming to coaching, because without you guys being here, without your energy, without your participation, this means nothing, right? So thank you guys for everything that you contribute to this environment. And so we have some new comers on the call today. Vanessa, I think this is your first time. I don't know if this is your first time, but it's your first time with the camera on. So Vanessa, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Is this your very first time or just very first time I've been seeing your camera?
No, first time seeing my camera.
Okay. All right. Well, good to see you. Good to see you. Funny story about Vanessa. She joined our team a couple months ago and she's a referral from Jen Oak. Well, I was in Starbucks. I was working. It was before I had internet at my house. And I saw her name like on this plaque. I don't know if it's like you as the leader there, or like, shout out to you. But I was working at my Team Fast, sticker. She's like, Elias? I was like, Vanessa? I was like, instantly, how are you? Oh my God, I can't wait to come to meetings. And I'm so excited to get started. Just purchased a home, close to where I'm at. And so Vanessa, really nice to see you. Really nice to have you. And Carlos Sandoval, I know that you are a friend of Nelly's, a referral from Nelly's. You've been in this game for a while. You've had a ton of experience. So Carlos, welcome to you, brother.
No, I'm actually a new agent. I'm not.
Oh, you are?
I think okay. Might have got me confused.
It's a different Carlos.
Yeah, no, I'm a new agent. This is my first time on here. So just looking to learn.
Okay, cool, brother. Cool. And where are you dialing in from today?
Hayward.
Okay. All right. Perfect, bro. All right. Well, let's go ahead and officially get started. Thanks for all of our guests for being here. And thanks for all of the people that continuously come every single week. So would anybody like to volunteer today to take us out of the tunnel and out on the field on this beautiful, glorious Friday morning? Anybody like to volunteer? I see some. All right. Who was that?
That was Quan.
All right, Quan, let's hear it, big dog.
Man, excited. I hope everyone's ready for the weekend, no matter what you got going on, whether you got open houses or you're showing people homes or you got listings. Just really make sure that you get your mind straight. Make sure you're eating well, you're sleeping well, you're taking care of your body, taking care of your spirit, taking care of your soul, and taking care of your community. And just go out there and crush it. You got this. Let's go.
I love it. I love it, big dog. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? When I see Quan, it's just always like, what's up, man? How you doing? You feeling good? I'm like, God, dude, how are you? Yeah, I'm feeling great, man. Always on his fitness, always on his high energy game, and always, working his ass off. I see him in the office, head down, just working and working and working for hours. So I love it, Quan. Good stuff. So let's officially get started. We're going to have a cool conversation today. This conversation should be, and my intent is that this conversation is super high engagement. We have Kenny here, and so no better person to have this conversation with. So I want to have a conversation based around social media. Obviously, if you are winning on social media right now, you are growing your business. You are attracting different types of people from, not only agents to join real estate, but you're attracting more consumers and you're growing your business. And so I want to do a quick survey right now. How many people on this call, only if you think that you're in this category, how many people feel like they are 10 out of 10 on social right now? I asked this question last week, but I'm gonna go a little bit different on this. How many people feel they're a 10 out of 10 on their social media game? Give me a heart if you feel that you are a 10 out of 10 in your social media game. Anybody want to say that they're a 10? Okay, Jonah, I see you, bro. Okay, all right. So we have one heart and we have 59 people on the call today. Very cool, very cool. So I want to ask a question to everybody, and let's have some dialogue around this. I'm going to share some slides that I got from Kyle Whistle Group, and I want to have some open conversations about this. So I want to ask you guys a very, very broad question as we start this conversation and open this up. How do you create a more engaging social media experience? Right? Ask yourself that question. How do you create a more engaging social media experience? Right? Because if you are a 7, last week we saw a bunch of 4s and 6s and 7s, and people gave themselves a 7 when I thought they were totally a 10. But anyways, how do you create a more engaging social media experience? And I want to ask you this. If you look at your stories right now, if you look at your wall right now, if you look at the content that you are pushing, I don't even know how to make it real. Okay, all right. So if you look at everything that you're pushing out on, I love you, Roxanne. Well, if you look at everything that you're putting out on social media right now, I want to ask you a couple questions. First off, how do you create a more engaging experience on social media? And then also, is your post stale? I'm just going to be real penitentiary steel right now. Are your posts stale or are your posts relevant? Are they engaging? Are they speaking about not only real estate, right? I had somebody talk to me yesterday and they're like, well, I don't want to always put real estate information. They had a real estate page that had like 17 followers. They had a personal page that has 1,700 followers. And I was like, man, like nobody wants to hear a bunch of real estate talk over and over and over again. If you do that, then you're going to lose people and you're going to lose your audience. So let's talk about this, and let's talk about some things that I've been thinking about. I've been watching videos, and I want to have a conversation about this. What is the goal of social media? And feel free to put in your answers down below, but what is the ultimate goal of social media? The idea behind social media is making sure that we are coming across very personable, very authentic, and very relatable, right? Nobody wants to see somebody and the moment they start talking, be like, I don't get that. Or, that person seems a little fake to me, right? I promise you, if you watch something that Lisa Chavez creates, I promise you, when you see Lisa Chavez, you get a good idea of who she is as a person. You just get a good idea of who she is as a person. I don't feel like there's no bait and switch when you're looking at stuff that she creates. When you talk to Kevin Magna on and off the field, I feel that he is that community person. He is a fighter, or a champion. He is a family dude. Like, you can see all that, and he is about a man of the community because of the stuff that he posts. So let's have a conversation about this. Are you personable? Are you authentic? And are you relatable on social media? And I want you to think about these 4 E's. And I saw this yesterday in a video, and it was 4 E's. Do I educate through my post? Do I engage through my post? Do I empower in my post? And do I entertain in my post? So think about that. When you're looking at building a social media calendar, what you're going to push, because how many people have ever asked themselves this question? What do I post, right? Or I don't know what to post, right? Vanessa, thank you for being honest, because we get that all the time. Even people that have been in this game for a while. Look at Roxanne, you know, killing the game, super, super highly engaged with her clients, but still she says, I don't know how to make a reel, right? So it's like, you have to think, am I educating? Am I engaging? Am I empowering? And am I entertaining my audience? And do I know how to speak to an audience? Because at the end of the day, if a consumer is following you and all you're talking about is how to create a farm or how to do this or how to do that, well, they don't really care because they don't know what a fucking farm is. They're like, I don't want to buy a farm, right? They don't know that context. They don't know that language. So when you're speaking to your audience, when you're thinking about how do I educate, how do I engage, how do I empower, and how do I entertain, it doesn't have to be all about real estate. You have to blend the things that you're doing with lifestyle, your family, your business, your challenges, your triumphs, the tribulations that you're facing, and try to interweave that in everything that you're doing on social media. That's how you guys are going to win, but you have to be able to understand how you're going to go about this. And I'm going to show you some examples in just a minute. What I want to do is I want to have some engagement from you guys, and I want to ask you guys, who are the key people that you are following right now, that you guys get inspiration from, that you learn from, that you're getting ideas from? Who are some key people right now? You can either put that in the chat below, or you could just put out some names, and I'll start this off. So a couple key people that I think that you guys should be following is obviously Gary Vee. Follow Gary Vee. You might not like him, might not like his approach, but I'll tell you what, you're going to get tons of great value out of what he pushes on social because he's the master. Follow Neil Home. It's Neel Home. Neil Home is absolutely crushing it on social media. If you guys don't feel inspired or can't take something out from him, actually, I know you will. So make sure to follow Neil Home. Glenda Baker. You guys have all seen Glenda Baker. She's pushing out some really, really great content. So make sure that you are following Glenda Baker. Kevion owns Case Real Estate in Southern California. Dude has built an empire, and he's done it in a super cool, authentic, creative way. Highly, highly recommend that you follow Kevion. Brendon Bouchard. Brendon Bouchard is the author of the Motivation Manifesto, The High Performance Habits. He is a great author. He's a great speaker. He is one of my favorite authors. Highly, highly recommend that you guys follow him. A local real estate agent, Herman Chan. I don't know if you guys know Herman Chan, but he is the luxury specialist in our market. Super, super humble, posts tons of great content, makes some really, really great videos. Highly recommend that you follow Herman Chan. Kyle Whissel. Kyle Whissel is a genius when it comes to video marketing, video content, podcasts, and their YouTube channel, and really speaking to different demographics and different audience based on the platform, whether it's short form, long form, podcast, so on and so forth. So he has a really, really great flow. James Clear. James Clear is the author of the Atomic Habits. If you haven't had the chance to read Atomic Habits, I highly recommend that you put that in your rotation for 2022. And I would do that as early as you possibly can. Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek is the dude that wrote Start With Why. He pushes some great content. He's a great speaker, and I'm sure you'll learn something from him. Cheplack Live. Kenny and I have attended tons of John Cheplack's in-person coaching and mastermind sessions. Highly, highly recommend that you follow some of these people, if not all these people. So I'm curious to hear from you guys, who are some people that you guys are following that are inspiring for you, and that you can, that you are getting a lot of inspiration from, right? Kenny, if you guys aren't following Kenny, make sure to follow Kenny. Ernesta says, Jason Pantana. Make sure to follow Jason Pantana. Let's keep going through this list here. I think somebody said Melody. So yes, follow Mel. Her social media game has been on point. It says on TT, the real mother hustler. Okay, cool. Who it says here, adventure lender. I like the adventure lender. Really good stuff. Who else, you guys? Who else are you guys following and engaging with? Okay, cool. I love this. Robert Green. All right, cool. What I would be doing if you guys are not on your phone right now, I'd be adding these people on social right now. All right, DJ Envy, Caesar, Quana Watson, Doug Depot. Okay, cool. Veronica Figueroa. So Veronica Figueroa has the #1 team in the entire ecosystem of EXP. She's truly built an empire. GoGo, absolutely follow GoGo. Tom Ferry, 100%. Kenny Fast, absolutely. Demian, Melody, Roxanne, as well as you. Well, thanks, Kaleem. Budget Dog. All right, this is good stuff, you guys. This is great stuff. What I want you to do is I want you to follow the people that are doing exactly what you choose or excuse me, aspire to do in your own social media game. But what you have to do is you have to start somewhere. This is 2022. If you don't have a strong social media game, if you don't have a video presence, you are not really building a brand in today's market. That's who people want to see. They want to see the people that are visible. And once again, the visibility is going to create opportunities for you. So this is something that I truly want you to, to dive into. Take the links, take the names, and I want you to follow those people. But I also want you to be super engaging with the people that are following you. Here's some best practices that you guys can write down, some things that to think about. When you're posting on social, just, you're at Fast Real Estate, you're at EXP, is your content more for consumers or for agents, or are you doing a blend of the both, right? We have tons of great things to talk about with this company, about the benefits of being with this company, about Fast Real Estate, about coaching, about resources, about the vibe, the energy, the offices. You have tons of talk points, but you also want to create valuable information for a consumer. So if a consumer goes on Carlos Sandoval's page, like, consumers, hey, you guys, it is a competitive market. These are 5 tips that are going to help you get your offer accepted as competitive landscape. Boom, 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 boom. If you have any questions, let me know, but tune in tomorrow. I'm going to give you guys some more tips, right? So making sure that you guys are having, posts that are consumer related as well as agent. Having a multi-dimensional approach, right? Just speaking about real estate, what are people going to do? They're going to tune you on, like, ugh, here's another post from Vanessa about keeping current matters and it just listed and just sold. That shit's been done, right? It's been done. You guys have to keep it fresh and you have to keep it relevant. Comment back, answer, and ask. And this is something that I can truly get better at myself. And I'll be honest, right? When someone comments on a cool video that Melody did or something that Kenny did, like, oh man, that was a dope video that you posted, or that was a cool trainer. I watched your meeting. That was a dope meeting. Cool. What part of the meeting really stood out for you? What were some of your key takeaways? What did you like about that? Oh, cool. Oh, that house in Berkeley. Oh my God, I've been always wanted to live in Berkeley. Where do you live now? What would bring you to the Bay Area? Like, start engaging with people, right? Because what
I got a really quick tip right now. So like, we're going through all these really great names. We're shouting these social media people out. You guys should be taking a video screenshot of these people so you can tag them, so they'll tag you back, and then you can grow your tribe. So I'm everyone here. I literally follow almost everyone single person that's my name here, but you want to make sure that you can get on their radar so you can build up and share your audience.
Beautiful. And you guys, because what happens, we post something, we get the likes, we get the views, we get the comments, and it's like, it's a rush, right? It's self-serving sometimes. Well, what you need to do is you need to go back and you need to engage. You need to ask questions. You need to go and really start diving into being interested, not just interesting, right? And I say this all the time, be interested in what people are doing, engage with them, ask them questions, see what they're doing. Like, this is the way that you're going to grow a following and people are going to see you in different ways. And so comment back, answer, and ask, have a multi-dimensional approach, and understand what your content is, if it's consumer-based or if it's agent-based, and make sure to have a blend of the both, and make sure that you're providing ideas sharing your story in your own personal way. Nelly, you had your hand up. Was this a real hand up? Or was that from last time? All right, cool. All right, we'll continue on. All right, cool. So let me do this. I want to share with you. a slide deck that I saw, and then I thought it was really cool. So I figured I would share some of this with you guys really quick. Where did it go? Where did it go? All right, cool. So let's just kind of dive into this. I saw this on Kyle Whistle's story. I followed him on his YouTube channel. And so I wanted to just share this with you because I think that it's a really, really good flow when you think about it. You guys can download this. If you're not on Tom Ferry, you guys can go and download your social media challenge. It's going to challenge you to look at your week and say, you know what? I'm going to start somewhere. And I wrote this here. If you don't have anything on your social media, if you don't have any type of plan, and you're doing nothing, it's okay. You just have to start somewhere, and you have to find a way just to start getting your voice out there. It is really that simple. It doesn't have to be too over edited. It doesn't have to be super polished. It just has to be from here and you telling a cool story, talking about your journey, or just sharing in general. So if you were to take your week right now and really break it down, Melody can, share some examples of things that she's done. But what I would do is I would build something on Trello, or I would build it on your whiteboard, or I'd simply just print out a calendar, and I would go through each day of saying, okay, what am I going to post today? What am I doing today? I know I have group coaching 3 times a week. I know I'm going to a training. I know I'm going to inspection. I know I'm going to my first open house. I know that I'm going to the city to take my headshots. I know my kids have a swim meet. I know that I went and had dinner. I went to the opera. I went to the symphony in San Francisco, all these things that you're doing. So it's just like, when am I posting about my business, my journey, my life? Like, give yourself some type of cadence throughout your week so you guys know exactly what you should be doing every single day. Gary Vee says, push 7 pieces of content every single day. Create 7 pieces of content that you can share on your story every single day. Now, if you can't do 7, okay, start somewhere. Start with 3, start with 4, start with 5, but you have to look at your business and you have to start somewhere. So what's the goal of social media? We talked about this. They need to know, like, and trust you, right? Stay top of mind. The 4 E's of creating kick-ass social media content is educate, empower, entertain, and engage. And we spoke about that a little bit earlier. Let's talk about staying top of mind, you guys. It's about being relevant. It's about being omnipresent. You guys have to create an environment where constantly people are seeing you. Based on the algorithm, they're seeing your videos, they're seeing your posts, they're seeing the things that you're creating. And so you're always top of mind. That's what it takes to be good on social media. It's about consistency. It's about consistency. And the only way that you're going to stay top of mind is if you're constantly creating and you're constantly pushing out information. Best practices. And once again, thank you, Kyle Whistle, for creating this. He has a media manager that created the slide deck. Know your audience, know your platform, have a multi-dimensional approach, and being human, right? Like, there's so much roboticness out there sometimes, and it's just like, God, like, let it go and just have some fun. If you're Nicole Penn, then you know that she has a laugh that is memorable. Like, get out there and laugh at some people, have some fun, and post things that are engaging. So I wanted to share this, conversation with you. I wanted to really dive into this conversation, and that way we can have some open dialogue about that. I'm so stoked that Kenny's on here today. So here's some ideas for business posts. We know what to do on a business post that just listed our open houses, story of our experience, our USP. If you don't have a USP, we'll talk about that at another time, but your advice to your sellers, market updates, so on and so forth. And then Q&A. Here's what's great about Q&A is if you're putting that Q&A down below, like, hey, you guys, had a question. What's been your experience? Hit this button down below. I want to get your feedback. Community and neighborhood guides, tips and tricks, infographics, personal posts. And this is where I think you guys are going to really win in starting to build your brand. Who are you? What is your brand? It's your voice, it's your mind, it's your heart, and it's your face. And I think that there is where I'm going to pause, because that alone is something that nobody else can do, right? There is only one Anna Pacheco. There's only one Joellen Brooks, right? There's only one of you. So if it's in your voice, in your words, in your way that you entertain, the way that you smile, the way that you crack jokes, that's authentic. And that's how you guys truly, truly build a brand. So I want you guys to start thinking about this in a very, very organic way. And so let's open up some dialogue to the team. Based on what we've talked about thus far, where's your mind at? What are you thinking? Like, I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to share what you're thinking about right now. So who's going to take themselves off of mute? And I want to hear from you guys. So I see Joellen. Joellen, grab the mic and let's hear from you.
Good morning, team. I hope everyone's doing good today. I really want to step my game up, and I hired a content coach. So Giselle Yergardi, I hired her. So I'm hoping that she helps me bring my game to social media, because I really want to be out there and I want to build an audience, because I'm a really good realtor. I am just a good person all around, and I care for people, and I just be working with families. That's it.
You know what? She is amazing. And what she is going to do is she's going to literally put a mirror on you and be like, listen, look how great you are. Don't be dry. Don't be stale. Nobody wants to hear the same old BS that every other realtor can push. She's going to push you to be super authentic and just get comfortable being uncomfortable on screen. I promise you, you're going to see some huge growth by working with Giselle. So congratulations on taking that step in your business. That's huge. Let's go to Kwanzaa. So you had your hand up, brother.
Yeah. Do we have like some kind of I'll put the screen back on. Do we have some kind of like a strategy that, you know, in terms of like, all right, you have 1 hour blocked for social media. What do you do in the first 15 minutes? What do you do the next 15 minutes, et cetera, et cetera? Like, you know, what I love about Follow a Boss is Follow a Boss has this strategy already laid out for you, right? You zero out your inbox, like you do your follow-ups. You know what I mean? Like there's a step-step there's a method to the madness, if you will, and I love that. So I mean, like, I will tweak it along the way, but for right now there's a proven strategy that works. I would love it if someone would share one, because that's where I get stuck a lot of time. It's like, all right, I'm creating some content, and then I'm like, oh wait, you know, like, but for a consistency, if there's a way of like, all right, like, you know, first 15 minutes it should be about engagement, and then you go into like, you know, like maybe Instagram and then YouTube, whatever, right? But like, you know, can someone share a good strategy, a step by step, to build a foundation off of? That'd be greatly appreciated.
I mean, Kenny, you want to chime in on that? Melody, you can chime in on this too. Both of you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Kind of want to block an hour, but I mean, even I don't do that. I would, you know, you're kind of just documenting everything that you're doing in that moment. So when you're looking for moments, you're looking for something that someone may not see. I don't know, you kind of want to plan ahead. Like if you're going to X, Y, and Z location, you know, where some cool sceneries you might see there, or some interesting things you might run into.
Someone's whistling. I don't know what that is. Okay, cool.
It's the traffic light.
Yeah, if I could chime in, you guys. Good morning, it's Melody. And I just wanted to, you know, just kind of chime in on that, Juan. First of all, I really love your question, because I feel like not a lot of people approach social media in a strategic way, and they should definitely block out time for it. My approach, and I think this is kind of Kenny's approach, and I kind of follow Kenny's lead on this. All the credit goes back to our leadership team, because they've taught me everything that I know. But I document my journey throughout the day. It's not like a time blocked thing where this hour is the only hour that I'm going to be spending on social media on this day of the week. And then after that, I'm never going to be on it again throughout the day. It's a revolving door. It's not a stop sign. So I am constantly documenting my journey, whether if I wake up at 5 a.m. or if I'm grabbing a protein smoothie, or now I just completed a workout and here's my progress, you know, or I just got off a recruiting call and this guy had me talking to the ceiling the whole time. And that was like really funny. You know, I'm constantly documenting the journey of whatever is happening in that day. Buyer showings, listing appointments, Zoom calls. This group coaching call is a good thing to document and kind of show what you're doing throughout the day. It can be kind of exhausting for some people to be on social media all day long. And I totally get that. Like, not everyone wants to be on their phone taking a video all day. In fact, it's a little awkward until you get used to it. Kenny does a really good job of just like taking really like 10-second, you know, snippets on his stories and then being really discreet about it. But honestly, it's just, you're telling a story about who you are, what you're interested in, what your hobbies are, what you're doing. If you're going to a concert, Quan, I know you're big on music, you know, like night with your girl, like, I think if you were to block out social media time, it would be what Kenny suggests, which is answering and tagging people. Like maybe block out an hour a day or 15 minutes in the morning to reply to people's comments on your posts. That's super important. Tag other companies, tag other influencers and users so that they can see that you're tagging them so that they can follow you back. And then maybe spend some time doing that or commenting on other people's posts. But really, like, as far as documenting and posting, I'm just constantly doing that. Like it never stops. And I got into the habit of doing that. And it's fun for me, but I can totally understand if it's like not fun for everyone to do that, you know? So that's just kind of my suggestion.
Love it. And Quan, I want to encourage you, and I want to really push you to get out of your head on this one, right? And because I know you're a thinker, bro, and you've always been like that, which is a great thing, but get out of your head and start capturing those raw moments, right? The raw moments are what are the best, right? It's like, oh my God, like, oh my, I just mixed this beat, or I just went and did this, because, and like start just documenting everything. For me, and Kenny, I operate a little bit differently. It's hard to get a complete message out in less than a minute. So I will create more long form. But when I'm doing stuff, or I see something, or, you know, like something about my mom or my son or my lady, like I just try to find things throughout my day to post about, because there's going to be something today that you can post about. Something, I promise you. You can.
I think, Elias, so like, yeah, we do way different content. Like, so there's two things. If you're doing stories, you know, you only have 15 seconds to get your point across. So like, you gotta think ahead. What you're gonna say, and if it doesn't work, just record it again. If you have the thought in your head, Elias does really good long form content. So you gotta think too, like if you're putting a wall post, either it's gonna be short and funny and just like, if you look at my wall, I don't post anything personal. Like I'm terrible at long form content because I've gotten really good at really just quick thoughts. And Elias on the other side, and then many other really strong. This is actually the better way to do it. Like if you're really good at long form copy, where Giselle, you can go on and her post where you have a lot of paragraphs and different things. People actually want to read those things, but you got to break up the paragraphs into many sentences for your thoughts. So either go long form, full on, in depth, or quick and snappy. It's hard to be between there. You can't capture people's attention. And storytelling. There's a lot of storytelling.
To that.
One more time, Quan.
A quick follow-up question to that. So the other thing that I get stuck on is like, where do I post it? Do I post on my stories? Do I post it on my actual part of my post, or do I post it as a reel, or do I post it? You know what I mean? Like,
well, right now, your stories, it's actually advanced now. Your stories can be one. Is it 15 seconds? Kenya, for some reason, I thought they moved it to 60
it's
seconds.
a minute, but then you can record stories up to a minute. It'll just break it in 4 parts.
Yeah, and so now you have a minute on your story, but if it's past a minute, then you just put that on. Hold on, Bill, you're talking. Bill. If it's past a minute, it's a little bit longer, then you just post that on your wall. Once you post that on your wall, you take that little arrow, and then you can put that longer video in your story, and then people will click that, and then they'll be able to go and watch it, right?
Wait.
So go ahead.
If you guys aren't like comfortable being really like, it takes a lot of like practice to do something really quick, you can always record on your iPhone first under video, and after a couple of redos, you know, practice, right? And then that'd be perfect. But after you really are clear and concise on what your point is, then you have that video, then you can upload straight to Instagram stories, and as long as it's under 60 seconds. You want to get more advanced, you can also chop that thing up. And that's rarely done, but you can. So yeah, I would say like, and then with stories, you realize it's gone within 24 hours. It doesn't have to look good. It doesn't have to be even that great. You know, there is actually like a quantity versus quality thing as you're building it. Cause then the cool part about stories is opt in. People don't have to watch your stories. There's days I post like 50 to 100 times. And the days I post less, I'll get like 1,000 views. On the days I post a lot, like yesterday, I'll get maybe 600 or 700, but you're still slowly building up your audience over time. So the stories is a great way to get a lot of practice in, and if people want to watch it, they watch it. If they don't, who cares?
Right. So Sandy, you had a comment there. Yeah, we're just really talking in the context of IG on this call today, but yeah, when you're posting on what is it, Facebook, yeah, that's actually a longer form version of your content. And so if that's your audience and that's who you're speaking to, then cool. I don't really spend too much time on Facebook, which I should. And here's the thing, knowing our audience, I need to post more on and build our Instagram, or excuse me, our YouTube, longer versions on Facebook, and then shorter stuff on Instagram. So that's a really, really good point. Roxanne, you had your hand up a little bit early. I want to hear from you. Hane, you there? All right, cool. We'll come back. Maybe she put her hand
I already walked into the gym. I was sitting in my car earlier, but I already walked into the gym. It's kind of loud in here. You guys may not be able to hear me.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. Well, it's not that loud, but did you have something you want to say?
Oh, I just, okay, hold on, let me step out real quick. I was just gonna say, hi everybody, that I like know what I want to put on there, right? On like my Instagram. I know what I like. I know when I'm engaging with other people, what they're doing that I love to watch, but I just don't know how to do it. That's it. I just don't know how to make a clean, crisp video, professional. I know how I want it to look. I just don't know how to do it. That's all.
Hire someone. It's not worth your time based on your amount of production. You know, I know a lot of the agents here work closely with Danielle, and she has really great content. She's been helping Christina and helping Vivian. I'm sure a couple more agents on the call too. And she's working on getting a license, by the way. So that's a different story. But
yeah.
You know,
yeah, I just don't know what to do it, you know, Kenny, like, it's like, I know what I want to say. I know I'd love to talk about maybe today contingencies or like the things that pop up throughout the day that are questions from my client.
And we got you because we hired a videographer on February 1st. February 1st, we'll have someone full-time in-house working at our offices for stuff like that. You drop in, we'll get it all done for you. February 1st.
Okay, honey, that's all I want to say is I know what I want to say. I just don't know how to present it beautifully where people will watch it. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, and then that's what, because you obviously have such a great spirit, and having someone just sit down with you and be like, all right, here, say this, we'll record everything for you, and then we'll push it out on social, make it a lot easier for you. So good stuff. I saw a couple other hands. Run On, you had your hand up.
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Sorry, I just want to make sure. Still here. So one thing I do want to mention is I'm terrible at social, but one thing I caught on to is my life as in corporate. So I'm linked to a lot of people on LinkedIn, and that was one thing that I was missing. So I started posting more stuff on LinkedIn, and I got more interaction with people. So I kind of focus there. So just know your audience for one. And if you're coming from corporate, leverage LinkedIn, if you have that history of it. I don't have a lot of history on Facebook and Instagram. So I just wanted to chime in on that part.
Love it. I love it. And really speaking to her audience. So good stuff. Linnell, you had your hand up. Let's hear from you.
Hi guys. So I love social media. My thing is that I am using my personal page. So the people that I am like, who seeing my content, I don't want them to feel like I'm super stuffy or I'm super trying to like feed real, like buy a home for me, buy a home. I don't want to feed that to them so much, but I do want to let them know that I'm knowledgeable about the market and things like that. But I also want to be funny. The thing that concerns me is that I don't know if you can look at my page and be like, oh, she's a realtor, you know what I'm saying? So that's like one of the things that I do want to try to work on. And I want to try to like add more content as far as like, what's going on in the market and things like that. And then what I do on my story versus like my page or my wall is I will put in other people like updates about the market. Like I'll post like inspirational things from Gary Vee or from Kiana Watson or even from like our team. So some things that I see from our team that where they're speaking about like contingencies or speaking about something about the market, I'll repost that. But I'm like I said, I'm just a little concerned that my page, when people, because I do for my reels and things like that, I do get a lot of different people that come and see my page and new followers every day. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, no, I have your page up. I'm listening.
Wait, no, that's not the right one.
No, I know. Exactly.
Oh.
Get rid of this one.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Because I don't remember the password.
Get rid of this one and just keep doing what you're doing, because you're creating reels, you're having some fun with it. So I see
that vacation one is hilarious.
What's that? What's that?
Nicole.
Her last post when you took a Groupon to Amsterdam, I think that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, so,
I
think
you gotta be born in the 80s to know that.
So what you're doing is you're having some fun with it. I think you're pushing some consistent content, but what I don't want you to get trapped into is like, oh my God, right? Like obviously you're in real estate. If you're posting the things that you're doing, what I would encourage you is not just to create all the funny stuff, because that's the entertainment side of it, but where's the educational piece of what you're doing? All right, guys, because now you got your attention, right? You laughing, right? I said my opener. All right, cool. Now let me take you down here really quick, right? So it's like you have the audience, you have the people that are listening. Man, that shit was funny. Cool. All right, cool. So hey guys, listen, hopefully you liked the last video. Hit you guys with some funny stuff. If you were born in the 80s, you'll only get it. But let me share with you my thoughts of today, because I want to share with you some challenges that I'm facing with one of my clients right now and how we overcame it. Cool, Linnell, right? So be who you are, who is funny, who is quirky, who is different, but don't get trapped in this, oh my God, like what should, or I don't know if I should push that, right? And you have them looking at you and laughing with you. Now just give them something that's educational. That's it.
Right. Honestly, and that's what I wanted to do, was like the build up and get to the point of like, so yeah, I'll start off with the funny shit and all the stuff, and like just get the build up and then bring in the audience, and then like talk about when I do an open house or something like that. But my hands are so shaky, so when I do an open house, like the video of the home is all lopsided. And
all right, so here's what you can do is for the shaky hand people out there in the world, buy yourself a gimbal. A gimbal is a device that you hold with a little grip, and then it has motion control on it, so the picture's stable. So there's things that you do. Yeah, so then use it.
Yeah, but Rebecca Sandoval, like she's so dope. Like when she videotape, I'm like, girl, how do you get your videos so like smooth? Like, what are you doing? Like,
but here's the thing: don't over edit, don't over analyze it. If it's a little bit shaky, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. What I challenge everybody to be on social media is just be perfectly imperfect. As long as it's you, just be perfectly imperfect. It doesn't really matter. Kaleem, you had your hand up.
I just want to say that when you're on social media, I feel like being organic is probably the best way to go about things. Just be you. Don't worry about what other people are viewing your page as. If you say you're a real estate agent, you got that in your bio, then that's what you are. Nobody else can tell you differently. Regardless of what your content is on your page, if you're having fun or if you're just putting out strictly, informational stuff, if that's what you want to be, that's what you got to be. Don't let anybody else, change your vision on what you got to do. It's your page.
Yeah, that's right. I love it. And here's the thing, Linnell, I think you're funny. I think you're part of this one wheel society. You obviously are building your real estate business. You have tons of great stuff to share and give back. And you've been in contracts. So you've seen the perils and you know what it takes to get an offer accepted in this competitive environment. You know what it's like to do an effective open house. You know what it's like to come to group coaching. So my thoughts is this, you guys. Each one of you should be able to create some type of video. If you haven't already, you could be able to create a video today and say, hey, these are some takeaways. I'm going to be elevating my game. Hey, do you have any tips for me? Hey, shout out to Gogo. Shout out to Giselle. They mentioned you on the call today. I'm looking forward to learning from you and following you. Thank you for all your insight. I just watched your page. Man, that shit was fire. Thank you, Gogo, right? There's nothing stopping you guys. Nothing at all. So I want to push you guys to make sure that this is a part of your business. And look at Roxanne's been in this game forever, right? But she still says, I can get better. Damian, you had your hand up.
Just piggybacking on what Kaleem was, his sentiment. All this information is fleeting. Like, people don't really care a day later what you posted. Like, they're just looking for the next thing that you're putting up. It's all a part of a big timeline, and everything old is just context to what you're doing now. But at the same time, few people are going back 3 weeks into your on your wall to see what you posted. Like, it's just, you're feeding content. It's social media. People want to see socially what you're doing every day. So the things you see that you like, post things like that, and people are bound to pick up. And I'm one to talk because I am hesitant, like I said, to turn the camera around on myself. But learning from Kenny, I do add a fair amount of stuff to my story every day, and I get a lot of interaction from it. But again, it's just posting shit.
I think your wall is really good because you really don't have that much real estate stuff on there, and yet people are talking to you because you guys realize, like, you know, first of all, you guys are yourself. Real estate is just a byproduct of what you do. Yes, you're a realtor, but you know, when you're marketing, you're actually marketing yourself. And real estate is a service that you offer. So you need people to like and trust you before they'll want to work with you.
Yeah, and I mean, my wall posts are pretty strategic because I try to post in threes, so it has that symmetry to it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, in terms of my story, I utilize that every day, and that is where I'm getting the engagements from. Like, people are hitting me up because of the stories. But yeah, the shit that stays there, I'm a little more strategic about that.
I mean, when you're looking at the wall, you know, it's like there's tons of family. You could tell that he's a reader. You could tell that he's a man of style, man of fashion, loves his lady, right? And he's not saying, here's the Current Matters article that I just jacked and put on my page, right? It's just organic. It feels original. It feels authentic because it is, right? How many of you could spot a phony instantly? Like, that fool don't got no fucking money. Dude, I know we don't have that. I know his car payment's $2,000 and he's broke, right? I know you could look at Kevin laughing. You could spot a phony from a mile away. It's the same thing with you guys. If you're not a fucking tennis player, don't rock tennis playing because you've never played before and you think that they have money, so you're going to join the club up in Berkeley and try to play tennis, right? Be authentic. Just be you. I'll tell you what, you guys, I've met people out at seminars that Kenny and I go to, and they're like, man, like, I've been following you for a while, which is weird, right? It's weird. I've been following you for a while. Love what you guys have done in the last couple of years. And we've watched your training videos. We were wondering, can you have a moment with us to talk about Zillowflex or whatever it is? Like, they've watched the story, and it's like we've had a movie this whole time about our fast real estate journey. And that movie has been, my platform has been social media, talking and posting and sharing about our journey. And then people see that and they're like, wow, like look at what you guys have done. But if I didn't have that movie and the replays for everyone to see, they wouldn't have known where we are. And so, Jeff, you had some insight.
Yeah, definitely. I want to piggyback and just say the same thing. Like, don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to be your authentic self too. Oh, I still got my background. I got to change that. But like, for real, because like, I just got a Instagram message from somebody that was like, yo, I'm new to real estate. I love your energy. I love how positive you are. I love like the universe and how you bring that out and things like that. You talk about that stuff. And it was just me genuinely being me, like, and you're on the perfect team to be yourself. Like, that's why I aligned with this team. That's why I aligned with EXP, because I didn't want somebody, when I finally worked with Kaepernick and we put on an event, I didn't want somebody saying, hey, that doesn't align with our brand. That doesn't align with, when I go out and I go to prisons and I go talk to prisoners and about how they can rehabilitate themselves after they get out. I didn't want someone saying, hey, that doesn't align with our brand. You are in the perfect place to be exactly who you are. My lady, she just became a lender, and she had put out on her personal page, like, one with her professional headshot and then one with her like lending Liza. It's going based off Harry Potter. But then when she did her professional page, she didn't post that. And I was like, why? And she was like, I don't know. I just didn't think that people would like. I was like, no, stop there. Like, we are in a new wave of this industry. Be yourself, be authentic. And if it aligns with your soul, do it.
Love it. I love this. And look at Vanessa just put in here, we are who we are. Real estate is just a piece of us, right? That's it, you guys. Like, intertwine. Like, if you guys know me, if you spent any time with me, you guys know that I love music. You know that I love cars. You know that I love my family. You know that I love you guys. So what do I talk about on my story? All of those things, right? And so, and mind you guys, I wasn't on social media. I wasn't on Instagram 2 years ago. I started on Instagram. Kenny.
We can talk about it's really good for agent attraction. I mean, I've had like almost 30 recruiting calls this month, and most of 70-80% of them were people reaching out to me because of stuff I post. I know Jeff just attracted a top agent from their brokerages locally that I spoke to last year, because then people want to, you know, when people want to join forces with a team or a company, who on here has a bright personality that someone will mesh with? You all have great personalities, but if you're not showcasing your personality and someone wants to get to know you, then you're missing out on the opportunity because you're not being you know, transparent or vulnerable or whatever it is. And the more people get to know you and like you, you know, there's more chances they'll want to work with you. People already want to work with our team, but how do you get them to work with you? And that can only be done through, you know, showcasing your uniqueness within the company.
And how are you going to get people to know, like, and trust you if they cannot see you? If they cannot see you, your visibility is going to open up tons of opportunities.
It's not the just listed that's going to get someone to want to work with you. It's great. Top producer, well, we literally have like 40, 50 top producers here. What makes you stand out, right? It's not going to be your production. I think Christina Pineda is probably a good example of that. Melody, I mean, these are some of our top recruiters within our team, because they're constantly being out there and showcasing you can have fun, be yourself, and do a lot of production.
Yeah, you guys, our industry has shifted, and it shifted more in the last 3 years than it did to the prior 5 years. And so this is an opportunity for you just to be relevant. And this should be the cornerstone of what you're doing. How are people going to know, like, and trust me? And how do I educate, engage, empower, and entertain? Right? And is my shit stale? Right? So I want you guys to leave this coaching session today with, you know, asking that original question we started out. How do I create a more engaging social media experience? I think we've given you some tips, we've given you some tricks. So now today is go and implement one thing that you heard today. Maybe go, whether that implementation is you follow some of those key people that we mentioned, whether it's making a video and giving them a shout out, whether it's posting more on your story than you ever have. I know there's certain days of the week where my story is going to be filled up because there's so much going on in my day. So I challenge you guys today to create some content. If you want to tag Kenny and I, feel free to tag Kenny and I. We don't mind that. Our pages are always lit up with stuff that you guys are tagging us in. But what I want to do,
tagging is cool, but the comments too, because this is something that our team really thrives on. If you look at how we're on social media, so like how much exposure we have, and every time someone posts a new listing or a sale, like half the team is congratulating that person. That thing really boosts your post, and when your clients sees that you're really active, versus like smaller teams, start brokerages where they don't quite have the community. You know, when they post something, there might be like 2 comments. It could be really great content, because you still need the audience. So even here, like your content might not need to be as good, but you can get more engagement because it's a group sport. So we're all here for each other, supporting each other, which is going to help you guys grow your sphere and attract like your clients. We all have different clients, but when your clients see you have 40, 50 people congratulating you on sale, that's pretty powerful, because they'll see that you're well connected to the agent community.
Absolutely. And to answer your question, Murnaz, I mean, the answer is yes. You can tag other people in your stories 100%, because you're just going to get more and more exposure. Kaleem, you had your hand up.
I think tagging people is probably the best way to get the best exposure, because if you're tagging people that already have tons of followers, like Elias, for example, just people seeing his story all the time is just going to see your ad on his story and want to follow you as well, because they see that you're connected through somebody in some type of way, at least.
Totally. And Colette, you can, we have our channel for all of our coaching. I'll make sure to send that over to you. I saw another hand up. Did somebody else raise their hand? Okay. All right, cool. So let's do this. I want to go around the room. I want to hear some key takeaways, but more importantly, what are some action items that you are going to implement? So let's go to Sakia Sampson really quick. What were some takeaways, and what are love you. So Sakia, let's hear from you. So what were some takeaways, and you know, what are some things that you know you can take some action on right away?
You guys have been encouraging me from day one to be more personable, to just be myself. And I just love the way you guys just accepted me. Every time I go to an event, it's always just love. And so you guys just always just push me like, come on, you got to show yourself, be you. There's only one you. And today and every day, you guys just be like, I could just be myself. And so I get on my story more and I post more stories and I be goofy, I sing. And I'm like, oh my God, my team told me to do it. And I did it. It feels amazing. They be like, oh my God, you're so silly. So I do get more content. I'm like, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I'm posting it. But it gives me more content. So I get more followers, and I just be like, man, I'm in an amazing team. Like, if it wasn't for you guys in the coaching calls, I wouldn't do it. I'm so shy. Like, no, even today, like showing my video, like, why you don't show your video? You be dressed every morning. Like, you look the same. And I'd be like, I don't know. I don't want them to see me. So I'm like, okay, forget it. They said, do it. Let's go.
That's right. That's right. I love that, Sakia. Like just create, right? Just create. And once you start getting into the rhythm of it and being consistent, then things will start to really, really come together. I posted a picture about, or a video yesterday or the day before about my mom and what she told me, how she treated COVID. And I got so many people responding to that one small video about how she treated COVID. And so, you know, you never know. You could be one video away from changing your career and changing your life. You just don't know. So you have to start somewhere, because we all started from ground zero at one time. Let's hear a couple other people. Key takeaways. Maria up in Sacramento. Key takeaways from today's session. But more importantly, let's hear some action items.
Hey there, everybody. So my key takeaway is scheduling in my brain. I mean, I need to like schedule everything anyway. And I like the Tom Ferry piece, so I'm going to pull that up after the meeting. Action item is to go out and just do it today. I mean, easy peasy. I was thinking, man, I should have just recorded me at the gym getting my 75 hard challenge first workout of the day going.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because today is day 5 and it's kicking my booty.
and you have so much to talk about, and then your transformation, your journey, the things that you're going to be doing, the hard shit.
Elias and Kim, I know a couple of people are on here to 75. So again, like showing the sport, so they'll go on their page to see the 75 and so on. And then you might pick up random clients that are also doing 75. So again, leverage everything you guys are doing.
Amen. Because I just did a video a couple of days ago, and I just talked about, it's all about a mind shift. And I had so many people like cheering me on, as well as, girl, you got this. And you know what I mean? So I know I can do it. I just got to do it.
That's right. I love it. And take Sandy Cruz for an example. Like Sandy Cruz is a roller derbyer, right? Skates is a part of her life, and even now a part of her brand. And so she was able to say, you know what? Let me share with you. And now that she has an audience, has a brand, she's creating content and pushing videos, and she's still relatively new in this game, but she's found her niche already, and she's found her lane and started to identify who she is in her own brand. So let's hear from one other person, and we'll close out the session. So let's hear from you, Vanessa. Vanessa, key takeaways from today's session, but more importantly, what are some action items that you can implement right away?
Of course, you pick on me. So some key takeaways today is, I'd say I need to get, more active on social media, stop being shy. It's just a matter of just sharing my day-to-day. It may not be interesting to some, but I mean, to others, they just want to know what I'm up to, what I'm doing. And just by me posting sharing, getting to add you guys and sharing, people have been able to message me, hit me up, and just ask about real estate stuff that I don't even, I haven't even talked to them in years. But an action item for me is, I am going to post at least one video a day. At least try.
I love it. And don't try, just do it, right? Just do it, right? It's literally wherever you are, whatever I'm doing. And oh my God, it's just, and it starts to become fun, right? It starts to become fun. And then you start getting out of your head of oh my God, should I not? Oh no, I'm not going to do that. Oh, what are they going to say? Who cares? Who cares? It's gone in 24 hours. Come on. It's all right, you guys. A new day will start tomorrow. So you guys, thank you for high attendance once again. I appreciate it. Let's go out and fucking break the internet today. Sorry, baby. I didn't mean to cuss. Uncle E cusses sometimes. Let's go out and break the internet today. Let's have some fun. I'm going to post a video right now. So I'm going to post a video right now, right after my next coaching session. And I'm going to shout out some of these people that we talked about today and say, hey, what's up? Thank you for inspiring me. And some of my other team members told them to give you a follow. So I'm going to create something right now. So I'll lead by example. I'll create something today. I'm going to push you guys to create something today. Peace, love, keep it moving towards your dreams, your goals, and your vision. Let's go out and crush our weekend. Thank you guys for being here. Love you.